YouTube and the belt community. This is Andrew back with a brand new belt video, and as you can see, this is my long-awaited video on my Restoned and Releathered WWE Spinner. As you can see, hopefully the sun is showing the shine off. Kind of hard to see in the viewfinder with the sun being down on me, but this spinner is a long time coming. This is like 8 months in the making. All the stones have been replaced with cubic zirconias by Richard Simpson, and the leather was beautifully done by Mrs. B. Just got the belt back yesterday from her, and she knocked this thing out of the park. Overall, this is one gorgeous belt. Everyone involved did a fantastic job. And as you can see, the CM Punk nameplate, that's courtesy of Belt Van Dam. That's a legit, authentic JMR made one. I also have one with my first and last name on it, done by Andy Hastings of Belt Addiction nameplates on Facebook. And as you've probably seen if you've seen my videos before, this will probably be a long video. There's going to be 2 more parts after this. We'll go over part 1 after this. The intro is going to be the plates themselves and the stonework, which you've probably seen before in the past because I did an in-depth video on this like 6 months ago. And then we'll switch over to going over the leather, and then we'll wrap things up. So hang tight, enjoy the video, and here's my spinner. Alright, let's take a look at the main plate. I'm going to do this really quick now, only because my first take of this, the phone shut off because it's too hot outside. Alright, but as you can see, all the outer edge stones have been replaced with the clear cubics all the way around. Again, Richard did an excellent job. A little backstory on why this belt took as long as it did to get completed was when I got the original plates back from him, all the area behind here that I didn't notice originally was pretty much tarnishing from the inside out, and I knew that was going to bother the crap out of me, so I found another cheap spinner that had a main plate in actually really good condition, and I salvaged the parts and pieced everything back together, sent it to Richard to have him restone the appropriate areas, and the rest is all she wrote. You can see the W. I did all clear stones on this one, which really accurately represents the TV belt. Most people like to use golden stoned because the later versions of the belt for some reason had that look to it while it was on TV, which really just came down to the lighting. But you see the champ banner, the silver paint mod behind the letters, and I personally repainted the swoosh, a darker metallic red flake Testors enamel paint. You can see the CM Punk nameplate. Beautifully, beautifully done. Hopefully the video is capturing the shine on this belt from out in the sun right now. It's hard to tell with the viewfinder. Everything is, with the sun being down on me, it's hard to see what I'm doing. Let's move on to the side plates. Start with the outer. See again, the outer edge stones all clear. Silver paint mod behind the tiny 2mm squares. I believe these are slightly bigger than 2mm. Richard gave me the option of bigger or smaller. I thought the bigger looked better. It's still the same amount of stones. There's just no gaps between the stones. They're pretty much all touching each other. You see the outer side plate. Oh, look at that sparkle. Every single stone is cubic, including the gigantic one, which I know is hard to find in Swarovski now. The only stones actually that aren't cubic are the 4 red ones on the champ banner, here, 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 and here. Those are Swarovski's. Problem with those, if I went for cubics, the sizes either would have been a millimeter too small or a millimeter too big, and Swarovski's had the proper size, so I just went for that. I mean, it's 4 stones. What they do. Move over to the right side plates. So as you see, this has the 2 WWE Champion plates. See it. I can see through the viewfinder the sparkle that's coming off of these. Can't wait to see what this looks like on once I upload the video. that's pretty much it for the plates. Again, the plates arranged just like the version that Punk held. I know towards the end of his reign, and then when The Rock had the belt, the outer side plates were flipped, which is what the plates looked like earlier in its history and tenure. But I'm a big CM Punk fan, so I prefer to have the belt as close to the way he had it, outside of snaps missing and, you know, the W being all crooked and all that good stuff. But the W actually, before I forget to mention, is locked in place with the non-spinning screw. Yes, I am the idiot that paid $18 for a screw instead of using cardboard and stuff, just because I figured I'd make it as permanent as possible. And at worst case scenario, if something breaks, like if I use like hot glue or anything that would have broken it really badly, using just the screw, if the screw breaks, I can just put the spinning screw back in. I mean, I'll have to cut the backing a little bit, but at least it's, you know, salvageable. Alright, so that's the plates. I'm just going to pause real quick and then we'll go over the leather. Hang tight. Alright, so onto the leather, and we'll start at the very tip, which has one of the few signatures of excellence when it comes to leather work in this hobby. That's Mrs. B. She actually did this in the style of Jamar's, I guess, business card kind of stamp looking thing that would have his information on the tip. And she put her information, so Mrs. B Belts, New Orleans, Louisiana, where she's located, and then her email address. And then on either side it says Mrs. B. Normally this would say Jamar and, you know, stuff. But this is pretty much as accurate as it could be to a Jamar belt, especially his later ones. Mrs. B, I tell you, this is the first strap I've had from her from scratch in probably 3 years, back when she was first starting, and she's improved so much since then. And this strap came out exactly how I asked for it. Like, every detail she hit without question and without an issue at all. And I'm really, really appreciative of that, because you don't always get that very often. So pretty much what I wanted to do was have this fashion in the style of pretty much the last belt that was on TV. I sent her pictures of pretty much what I was looking for. If you've seen Hazard F5's Restoned Releathered Spinner, I was kind of going in the same fashion as far as the cut and things like that. So props to him for coming up with that, and him and Paul Martin for doing the work on that, and essentially inspiring me to get the strap done this way. So pretty much it's kind of a tight cut around the top and bottom of the main plate, so you can partially see the shell tooling. You can see most of it actually, just depending on which angle I'm looking at. And then it kind of tapers down towards the side plates on both ends. So as you can see there, tapers down. I went with the standard shell tooling. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that. There we go. Okay, so you can see that follows all the way around. And you can see the Jamar style snapbox stamp. This is not hand tooled as far as I know. This is an actual stamp. So it kind of explains why the lines are so crisp and clean. Not that her hand tooled stuff isn't any different, but this is an actual stamp, just so everyone's aware. What I did also, I asked her to shorten the strap, because as many of you know, this at least the replica spinner strap, I'm sure the real one, is gigantically long. I would say definitely for myself and for most people, it's like 56, 57 inches. Most standard belts are usually about 50, 51. So I did ask her to shorten up to that size, which is why down here it's a much smaller gap. Usually it's like probably this wide after the last side plate. So I asked her to shorten that up, and pretty much exactly what I wanted. I have no complaints with that, and for me personally, it fits me great. So that's all that matters, at least for now, until I sell it. You can see the right side is essentially the same, except this time you have the male snaps. These are 2x8s. The other side was 2x5 females. Again, same snapbox stamp and the signature stamp. Again, she did a fantastic job. You can clearly tell, I mean, if you've been on Belt Talk and you've seen the posts that she makes of her work, you know, every few weeks, few months here and there, you can see the progress that she's made, and she's gotten so much better. I mean, when I got my first belt from her, probably around this time in 2013, she was really good. I mean, she was the first one that I saw that she did a cast intercontinental for me. She was the first one I saw that was even doing the tooling of the WWE logo on the snap boxes, and she was doing those by hand back then. She didn't even have a stamp for it, and it came out really, really good. A good buddy of mine actually bought the belt from me, and he still has it. he likes to tease me once in a while. You know, that he's taking good care of it and stuff, so I appreciate that. Let's see, show everything. See if I can go all the way around and show it to you. Okay, I'm just trying to work quick because it's hot out here and my phone's going to heat up because I'm shooting in 4K, so it's going to get hot even quicker. And if it pauses, I have to start this whole segment all over again, which I don't want to do. So I don't have much time before I have to go to work, so. Again, let's see, I'm trying to think. From the time I sent the plates to her, because what she did is she didn't ask me to put any money down. She just put my spot in line, and you know, I just had to wait for all the people ahead of me. But that wait was a little bit longer just because she was crunched up with some real belts and things of that nature that came before me. But once she told me to send the plates, it was about 6, maybe 7 weeks at most before she told me it was done and ready to be shipped, which is really great. You know, most of the good Releathered people can't get you a belt. Well, they can get a belt done that fast, but there's such in demand that it takes even longer. So 6 weeks was good. She also, what's great was she didn't even ask me for payment until the belt was completed and ready to ship, which was, you know, I mean, it's pretty risky to even trust enough people to do that, but it's great that she did, so I didn't have to shell out, you know, $300 and then sit on it for 9 months waiting for, you know, where the hell's my belt. So it was great. Perfectly professional, always quick to reply to my private messages and stuff on Belt Talk, so definitely would want to do business with her again. She's actually doing my WCW cast style real big gold, which right now is still being hand textured, so she doesn't have those plates yet, but she should have them hopefully in the next month or two, and then get to see her work her magic on that. I know it's going to come out just as great as this belt did, if not better. So again, major props to Mrs. B for this. Doing a great job on the leather work. So we can give a quick overview before I wrap this segment up. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to cut the video here. We're going to put the belt back up on the stand and close things up. So be right back. Alright, that's pretty much going to do it for my review of my Releathered and Restoned WWE Spinner version 2. Again, many thanks to Richard and Mrs. B for doing the work on this belt. Richard for the stones, Mrs. B for the leather. Also special thanks to Belt Van Dan for doing that CM Punk nameplate or making them available from Jmar. Really appreciate having an authentic one in my collection because I missed out the first 2 times. If you like the video, appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. Any comments or questions can be left down in the comment section below. And I'll put down in the description links to Mrs. B's YouTube channel so you can subscribe to her and check her videos out of her work. And I'll give her email address so you can inquire to her about any kind of services you want from her, whether it's real belts or releathering. And I'll also put a link to Richard's Restoning Facebook page so you can check out his work. He's very quick to respond to messages. His prices can't be beat when it comes to restoning, and he'll do anything that has stones on it. So it doesn't matter if it's a spinner, network logo, scratch big logo, undisputed, big eagle, anything that has stones, and you want him to do it. He'll do it for you. He's great with communication. His prices are great. Same thing with Mrs. B. She can't be beat with her pricing. I mean, it's pretty much on par with all the other top people. Her turnaround time was great. Her communication was top notch. She didn't make you pay until, well, at least for me, she didn't make me pay until the belt was ready, which is great. So I assume that she can, always work things out with you as far as if you need to do payment plans or anything of that nature. So just, if you're interested, just message her and, see what she can do for you. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, appreciate if you do subscribe. Really appreciate it. Put out videos every once in a while with my belts. Whatever new stuff I get in, I'll do the reviews like this one. And occasionally I'll do a video just overviewing what I already currently have. I did that recently. Next and probably last thing that's going to be coming in, actually no, there's 2 more things coming in. Next thing should be probably my Ring of Honor tag belt from Square Circle Belts, one of the last belts that they put together before closing up shop, and then my Real Big Gold from Danny Nixon and Mrs. B, who will be doing the leather for that one. That's probably going to come up sometime, probably hopefully by the end of the summer. That's a little bit more intensive as the texturing for the belt, instead of being etched like you most likely would expect, it's actually being hand done. So a little bit more time and work is involved with that one. So that will probably come a few months down the road. But hopefully the Ring of Honor tag belt should be completed maybe in the next month or 2. We'll see, but I'll keep you guys updated. And I mean, you'll see the review on here when the time comes. check out the Belt Mafia Facebook page. That's where I'm most active with my belts and videos, pictures, buying, selling, and trading, all that good stuff. So there'll be a link down in the description for that. We do a couple raffles here and there, usually for either replicas or real belts. There's gonna be real big gold going up for a raffle probably later today, more than likely. Maybe, it should be up by the time you see this video. So check that out. And again, subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate the support. And until the next time, happy belt collecting. Take care, guys.